you possibly could see teams coming into our playoffs, top seeds from other leagues.
Adam Silver just spoke on the future of the NBA, and it has something to do with the new European League that's going to be coming up in the next following years. The possibility of having an NBA Finals where we have a national team going against a European League is very doable, according to Adam Silver. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Esco, aka the Ice Stream Man for the Hoopsicle Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the future of the NBA, possibly playing with international teams in the actual league. Here's what he told Bloomberg Global Forum.
Certainly initially in Europe, that, for example, we have something we call the NBA Cup, a mid-season tournament. You could imagine teams from Europe, potentially Africa, competing in that tournament. You possibly could see teams coming into our playoffs, top seeds from other leagues. But over time, I think, for example, certainly in Europe, as plane travel gets faster, it sort of went backwards with the elimination of the Concorde. And I think of the flight from New York to LA, for example, there's no reason if we had 4 teams in Europe, you couldn't travel, play, the Knicks or Nets, travel to London, play 3-4 times in Europe, come back home. So I think it's very doable in our league.
He also mentioned on a different part of this interview that this type of integration is years away, not months. So don't expect anything anytime soon. The reality is he has had conversations with people of the Real Madrid basketball team to try to see if they'd be interested in integrating their sports teams with ours in a future style tournament, whether it be the NBA Cup or something along those lines, to try to get them involved in playoff play, possibly in the NBA. You already know Noah Lyles was probably foaming at the mouth right now, thinking about, whoa, now we get to really see if they were really world champions of the world. To be honest with you, this is kind of crazy. I mean, to be able to do something like this globally and make the NBA like a national, global type of conglomerate, because they're not trying to lose any players to any other league besides their own. That's why they're expanding into the European League and trying to make it more of a global game. They've already talked about having different teams in different countries like that. They're already doing the games in Mexico City. They're already been doing the stuff overseas, in London and all that. Japan coming soon, or wherever they're going to go next. But they've already been trying to do stuff like that. And to be honest with you, the game has been going a lot global. The game has been moving forward a lot as far as like in the world aspect. So it definitely is interesting to be able to do something like that. I don't know how I feel about these guys actually being able to compete for an NBA title though. What is that? I mean, it could almost water down the league if we start losing these championships to people overseas, right? But if it's going to be an NBA brand overseas league team or somebody that's involved with them, then I guess it's not going to matter to the league, because ultimately they're still going to be getting eyes on their product. But I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Would you be interested in seeing something like this, a European league or a European team out of a European league coming in and trying to compete for an NBA title? Could you imagine? What if all these European players decide to unite? After the All-Star game, they start feeling some sort of national vibe of they're not all going to team it together, not all from the same spot, but just to go against the United States would be crazy, man. But you guys let me know, man. Drop some comments, drop some likes. Appreciate y'all sticking to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe, man. We out.